Hello and welcome to the After Dark podcast. I am your host Gus. I'm brought to you by Horse Viagra. I don't even know where I went with this.
Why did you?
I'm brought to you.
I am brought to you by. What the fuck is that?
The podcast is definitely not brought to you by Sprint, where we're only 1% behind Verizon.
No, they're not, dude. Everybody's the fucking same. It doesn't matter.
It's not brought to us by Sprint.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Barely. Goddamn volume drop.
Alright, so along with me is Greg, the hype. How's it going?
Hey, what's up? I'm here. Yep.
Jesus Christ, you fucking excite the shit out of me. And Boozman, how's it going?
You guys.
Oh, man.
Booze. How was your week, man?
It was good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did you have to go to the...
Usually you have, like, some pent-up frustration.
No, it's been good. I've just kind of been chilling.
He's been playing Destiny all fucking week.
No, I went this weekend. I had a wedding that I went to. One of my good friends got married, and I went there and watched them get wed at my childhood campground where we all kind of went to camp together. It was actually really fucking awesome. It was a great, it was good to, be back with all of my, college buddies who I, don't see as often as I'd like to because I don't live in Kansas City. So we all just hung out and had a good old time.
That's good. How far are you? That's 2 hours, right?
3.5.
3.5, yeah.
From, St. Louis to Kansas City is 3.5, roughly. Yeah. Went home, helped my grandma with some stuff around the house. That sort of stuff.
Alright, that sounds good. Sounds very...
Got a haircut.
Okay, enough. That's enough. Alright,
fucking, stubbed my toe a couple of times.
Jesus, alright. Can you please... Am I muted or something? Can you not hear me?
Greg.
Guys.
Gus, I'm sure you're just talking right now. We can't fucking hear you, but definitely shut the fuck up. If you're talking.
This is going on No. This is going on in the Fantasy Life app right now. Someone posted a shout. 100 props, and they're going to trade Antonio Brown for a kicker.
Oh my god, that's definitely going to happen. Why would he do that?
Desperate for I'm propping that shit.
I am too.
Who is Rams fan 0606? Mention me.
He won't do it.
Is that the guy? He just mentioned me in the comment.
Yeah, he tagged me too.
Hey, tag me in that shit.
Tagging people. I should just put my tag list in there.
Yeah. Why would... Oh, he tagged all the bigwigs. 3P.
Where is it?
It's by 3P. I'll tag you in it right now, bro. Chill.
It's 30 minutes ago. I want legit evidence that happens, though, if it does.
Yeah, we need evidence for this.
Anyway, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to hijack things, but that sounded, I want to make sure that guy has to trade Antonio Brown.
Yeah, but what kicker? Yeah. Depends on the kicker.
Better be Gostowski.
It better be Gostowski. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for
anything
anything less. Hey, Gostowski can get you some points, man.
Anything less?
And when Brady comes back, you kidding me? They're going to score 900 points a game. I'm so afraid that they're going to go undefeated again. You have no idea. They need to lose this week. Man. No, fuck you. Oh, well, you own him, but...
Yeah, I have Brady on my team.
Yeah, I'm talking about as a Dolphins fan. I'm legit... I mean, I have nothing... We have nothing going for us anyway, but...
Yeah, you guys are totally fucked.
Yeah, the whole state of Florida is pretty fucked right now.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, listen, let me just get my piece out about this.
Oh, God.
The loss of Jose Fernandez is very sad. And what makes it sad is that he is a young 24-year-old man that is now dead because of a very stupid boating accident.
Yes. Very stupid.
But the fact that the Miami Marlins lost a pitcher should be the last thing on everybody's mind. That's, the fact that they lost a pitcher should not be the reason people are sad.
No,
agreed.
No, yeah, it's definitely shouldn't be. I think in Miami, me being here and me going to the mass earlier, or the viewing, it's more that, he is not just a pitcher to the city of Miami. He is a symbol of the Cuban community succeeding. So that's why, throughout the entire day, he's been...
but he was, hurt for, 2 years in a row.
Well, he had the Tommy John, yeah, but he was, people still like him. He's still a good guy.
I was just trying to be a dick and saying he wasn't really that successful because he was hurt. I was just trying to be a dick.
Well, if you look at
I completely agree. I think he was going to have some world-class numbers career-wise.
He had,
and I mean, he definitely had the skill set. He had the absolute skill set to be one of the absolute greats, and it's unfortunate that we won't get to see that career blossom. But I don't understand the emotional connection people have to athletes sometimes, because they're just athletes. And I mean, I understand, like, if you know them personally and you've met them and you've spent time with them, and or if you have a professional athlete that's a family member and they die in some freak accident, I get if you're, like, sad then because they're your family. But, like, I love the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. And if, like, Andy Reid or Jamal Charles, like, just died tomorrow, it wouldn't affect my day. Like, yeah, it would suck because they, like, have been a huge key part of, like, my team and loving the Chiefs, especially Jamal, but it wouldn't really, like, I wouldn't really care that much because I don't know them personally. Does that make sense, or is that, like...
Yeah, no, I kind of said this when we were
kind of... asshole.
No, when we were when we were prepping, I said I kind of agree. We're in a culture of this hero worship, and, you know, we pay so much attention to celebrity and reality TV, and athletes are in that group of people that we don't know on a personal level. And, you know, if we judge from afar. You guys know I have a hatred of Odell Beckham just because of his actions that I've seen on the field, and this last week kind of reinforced that. But
we got to talk about that.
No, legitimately, and I just don't like him. But he could be the nicest guy in the world, and as a friend, I just don't know. And we only can base, you know, our judgments on what we see in a limited scope of their lives. And, you know, Jose Fernandez, for everything that we saw, he seemed like a great kid. He made such sacrifices to get here, including, you know, the story of saving his mother when she fell out of the boat that they were trying to escape, or, you know, to flee on. And so, yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking that a young person has lost their lives, especially the tragic way that it happened, which is the case with any young person that dies for the most part. But on a personal level, I kind of agree. I kind of see where Booze is going with it. You know, if I was a Marlins fan, you know, I'm a Dodgers fan. So if somebody on the Dodgers team died,
if Clayton Kershaw, like, you woke up tomorrow and found out news that Clayton Kershaw had been,
I would be
mauled by a shark.
Jesus. I would definitely be saddened. I don't think I wouldn't shed tears because, again, I kind of agree, like you said, I don't know him on a personal level. I would be disappointed just for what the sport lost, what we lost as fans. Because, you know, as sports fans, you know, we're all sports fans, obviously. We're all fantasy football players. We're all involved in some way where we try to find a respite from, you know, life's everyday problems, or we try to find some kind of just escape, I guess, is the best way to put it. And those guys that provide that escape, we just, you know, we kind of become attached to them in the sense that, hey, that person's provided me with some joy and some good moments in my life. So I wouldn't shed a tear, but I would be bummed out, definitely. You know, there'd be a little bit of grief in the sense of just like, man, that hurts the heart a little bit, but that's about I think, about the extent.
I mean, comparing, I'm not a Dodgers fan. I don't know how it would be if, like, as Boo said, like, maybe if Kershaw was unfortunately taken.
Yeah.
The thing with Jose is, it's not that he's a pitcher. I mean, he's a really good pitcher and all that's fine. It's, as I said earlier, is that he is such a symbol in Miami to the Cuban American community that
that's true.
So many people here saw themselves in him as a guy that came from the raft, you know, who rafted over here, came here when he, you know, was like 15 years old, I believe. He went to school in Tampa and came down here, and then was signed by the Marlins. And I mean, one of the best signings ever. We didn't draft him or anything like that. We just signed him up. That's where the heartbreak and all that, and also because he was young, you know, that attributes to the fact.
Yeah.
But it's just, as I said, so many people here saw themselves in him, and it's just really, it's going to hurt a lot of people. Like my grandma was crying profusely and she never met him, as you guys said. But she's a Cuban American who did the same thing as he did, trying to succeed in the country.
That's probably something that I don't want to sound racially insensitive. That's something that I can't relate to, being a white male.
No, that's fine. And I
think makes more sense. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah,
having a cultural connection to it, that to me makes more sense. I can't. That's something that I absolutely can't relate to.
Well, you know what's... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say I'm white, and like white people die every day, and like I don't. It's not like it's not like if like there's no like white culture. I don't know. Like I don't know how to say that without sounding like an idiot. But
white culture is the American culture almost. I mean, not really, but you know.
No, it's fair. I mean, it is what it isn't at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what I think he's saying is like we don't have a lot of, I mean, we don't have injustices, and we haven't been oppressed and held down, and so we don't have these figureheads that we look up to, or these stories that we have to look up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because I look up to Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. Those are my two.
What an odd mix.
Yeah, I mean,
red and blue, man. Gotta keep it balanced.
Oh, what I was gonna say though about Jose is the crazy thing for me, and I think the thing that kind of got me a little bit more, was if you saw the text messages between, I don't know if you guys saw them or read about them. There were text messages the night of the accident that one of the friends that was going on the boat with him was texting another friend or whatever and saying, "Hey, Jose, you know, he's just kind of in a down place right now. He wants to go out on the boat." And the friend was texting back like, "Be careful," and this and that, and actually apparently was following them on the like iPhone locator, you know, like the what's it called? You know what it's called? Find My iPhone. Yeah. He was actually following and tracking the boat, and ended up falling asleep shortly before the boat actually crashed.
Oh my word!
Yeah, it's really like kind of a freaky, and that really got to me a little bit more because, you know, this friend was from afar texting and saying like, "Be careful," you know, try to talk him out of it, don't go, kind of thing. And the guy, the friend that was on the boat had texted him back and saying, "Don't worry, it's not my time." That was like almost verbatim one of the text messages he sent back, and then he ended up being on the boat.
Who's the center fielder for Miami, Gus?
Marcelo Zuna. Yeah, you heard about that.
He was supposed to. He declined going out that night.
Yeah, there was rumors that it was multiple guys that might have been asked, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually was trying to convince Jose to not go.
Yeah, just fate, just kind of how fate works is just weird.
Crazy stuff like that, yeah. It's inexplicable type things like that just like, well, I mean, like, you see stories, like, I hate to tie this tragedy in with, like, 9/11, but, like, you see the story of, like, the guy who, like, spilled coffee on his shirt and was like, 15 minutes late to work.
Yeah.
And hit too much traffic and ended up being very late. And then the World Trade Centers get, like...
Yeah, crap. And it's like the one morning he spilled coffee on his shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
all the mornings that he could have done it, you know?
It's like, freak stories like that are always going to happen.
I mean, and you know, depending, not to get religious or anything, but whether it's faith or higher power. No, what I'm saying though is like, I consider it just kind of a coincidence.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just so it's such a crazy coincidence to try to wrap your mind around is all I'm saying. Like you said, that 15 minutes, and that made, you know, that saved his life in a sense. It kind of like makes your mind, it makes your mind go to places where you really can't even ever get to an ending, you know, and a solution or figure it out. So
yeah,
and that's kind of the same thing with Jose. Just to bring it back, I mean, he, you know, going out on a boat late at night. Young people think they're invincible. I know when I was that age and younger, I did some dumb stuff that could have got me killed.
Yeah, but that what he did was, or his friends did, was really stupid. I mean, not to be a dick.
No,
but it was
I agree. When I was 19 or 20, I think 19, my friend had an old World War II Jeep, and we took the Jeep out to this like isolated old train rail yard, and basically just gunned it at top speed, going over blind hills and blind curves in the dark with like giant rocks and boulders out there and stuff. And he was driving. Maybe he knew where he was going. Maybe he'd done it before. It was the first time I'd been in that situation. There were a couple times I'm like, we could have been dead. We were young. We were dumb. You know, you do stuff like that. You don't think about the long-term consequences because you're just trying to find your next buzz or your next high.
Yeah, but out here, like in Miami, out here on the boat, almost everybody's been on the boat, has a boat. You know the basics of what to do, and to go 55 miles an hour. So
in the dark.
Absolutely flying. I mean, the fastest I've ever been on a boat was 40.
Yeah, you go 40 all the way out in the water, like deep ocean, when you're.
Yeah, and a boat's a lot different in sense of like braking, you know, or how the water takes you. I mean, you don't have nearly the same control as a vehicle, a car, or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
So I agree. That's true, guys.
Were you going to say something? We'll cut you off.
No, I was just going to say the fastest I ever went on a boat was 40, and I felt so unsafe. I mean, like, and there's no seat belts. There's no, like...
No, yeah.
You're just sitting in this loose seat, flying, bumping, sometimes, like, bumping hard enough to, like, get you out of your seat a little bit, and it's terrifying. And I just can't imagine how fast 55 would be. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I've been on many boats going out fishing, going out to the, deep ocean, where we're going 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and I'm like, when I was a kid, there was one time where I was in, like, it was the same boat as Jose had, ironically or coincidentally, that I was on, like, the front seat in front of the center command console, and I was just there waiting, and then we hit a wave at such an angle where the boat just went, like, a 75-degree angle straight up. I was just like, holy shit! And then, like, the boat, like, just slams down. And, like, that shit just happens because of the waves, the water is all choppy. You know, it happens if you go that fast. And then we slow it down from then on out. But just to go that fast so close to the water, they must have not read their GPS correctly. Or not close to the water, close to the beach.
Well, they were very close to... They had picked somebody up and were just a couple of miles... I mean, really close to where they had picked that person up. So, you know, it's interesting that they either didn't know... they didn't know that it was there or whatever the situation was.
Those Gettys are like all over the place down there.
I think you would think.
Hold on. A what?
They're Gettys.
Gettys.
It's a jetty.
Yeah, it's a Getty. It's Getty. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you say Getty with a J?
Getty. Like
no, it's a jetty.
It's a jetty. Whatever. Sorry. My apologies.
Well, I will just say rest in peace, Jose.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see where your career was going to go because you could have been one of the best. But you know, it's sad, and that's all I know what to say.
We spent a long time talking about that. Jesus.
Yeah, we spent like.
Huh?
I think it was. Well, let me see what the timer's at.
I mean, that's the big story. Unless you guys want to talk about Arnold Palmer.
20 minutes. Yeah, that's. I mean, see that.
Hey man, no shit. I've got a full can of Arnold Palmer drink from Arizona sitting on the top of my fridge, and it will stay there for a significant period of time.
There you go.
Arnold Palmer will forever be one of my all-time favorite athletes.
But
ever. I mean, seriously.
You have an emotional connection to him.
Not an emotional connection, but I didn't cry when he died.
Well,
very different situation.
I went and bought a couple of drinks. Like,
there you go. Very different situation, though. I mean, he lived a long, full life, and, you know, it's different.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Oof. All right, well.
But still sad.
From a horrible tragedy, we're going to continue on to, we'll do some Thursday night takes with Greg. Greg, want to say the name of your segment?
Believe, the hype.
God, we got to do so much.
Jesus Christ, dude, that was awful.
Believe the hype.
Today.
You sound so depressed.
Believe the hype.
Was that JFK?
Oh God.
Let's do it. That was Lou Gehrig, bro. Today. I consider myself.
Myself.
The luckiest man.
Man. In the
on
world.
The face of the earth.
Oh yeah.
That was Lou Gehrig? Jesus.
Yeah, that was the farewell
speech.
speech.
I thought that was JFK.
No.
That was
JFK.
No, that was.
Ask not what you can or your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Oh, that was terrible.
I know.
That was way closer to Mayor Quimby, like a low-budget Mayor Quimby.
Absolutely. That was fucking Mayor Quimby almost to a T. Now that you said that.
Fuck Mayor Quimby is.
The Simpsons, man. What the fuck, Gus? What were you raised on?
Are we doing a podcast with someone that doesn't watch The Simpsons?
Yeah, I don't watch it too much. I used to as a kid, but I never really. It's not that I didn't like it, but I prefer other things.
You just gotta watch like the first 10 seasons. It really is like spot on my sense of humor.
It's the best show in the history of all time.
Agreed. Longest running
animated series, probably. I would give that the edge. Yeah,
it's the longest running sitcom and show that isn't, and it's long in the United States and in the world actually. That isn't like a soap opera or like a sporting event or like like wrestling, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we get it.
Anyway, okay, fuck it. Let's talk Thursday. Let's talk.
Do it.
Let's believe the hype. Let's talk Thursday night matchup.
So, Greg, you want to
explain what your segment is? Hold on, real quick. Let me just get this out. I swear to God, Gus, if this isn't out tomorrow, and we're talking about the Thursday night matchup, I will kill you.
Okay. I love the support.
Go ahead.
On that positivity note, so what we've decided to do this week, and we might change it from week to week. We're still kind of figuring it out, but Gus and Booze are going to throw some names at me, and if I have a good feeling, a strong feeling one way or the other, I'll let you know. If I don't, I might waffle slightly, but I do want to try to be as accurate as possible just with gut instinct. So it's kind of where this segment's going, a little bit of a gut check.
Okay, Booze Man, you want to name a player first? And don't name like an AJ Green. Come on.
Okay, what's the matchup again? Let's remind everybody.
The matchup
Cincinnati against Miami.
The awful Miami Dolphins that barely beat the Cincinnati the Cleveland Browns. Oh
yeah,
that was a bad game. All right, so Booze Man, shoot a player first.
What are your thoughts on Adam Jones?
What?
Okay, well,
if you're in an IDP league.
No, okay, in all seriousness, what do you think Andy Dalton is going to do against that secondary, that weak Miami Dolphins secondary?
Asshole.
I think Dalton's going to have a big game, a little bit more of what we saw early with AJ Green. I think he's going to look that way a lot. I would not be surprised. I'm thinking Dalton's going to pass for close to 300 yards. He might not quite make it there, but he'll have at least 2, but I'm thinking 3 touchdowns. I think he's going to have a nice solid game. Could be bigger, but I think they're going to get up to a point where they can just run the ball with Hill. I could see Gio. I'm kind of getting to other guys you might name, but I definitely think Gio.
About Dalton.
Sorry, go ahead. All right, Dalton.
Jesus Christ.
So he's going to have minimum 2, but I'm seeing 3 touchdowns and close to 300 yards.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be my follow-up questions. Who do you think, who do you think, so position-wise, running back, wide receiver, benefits the most from him having a good week?
Outside of AJ Green.
Gio Bernard. Gio Bernard, hands down. Because they showcased Hill a lot last week. I think there's going to be some dump-off plays and some plays underneath that Gio he's going to get some touches, get a little bit more of the balance back. I definitely think he's going to find pay dirt, on a, some kind of screen pass or something of that nature. So Gio's a good go for me. And I think other than AJ Green, I think that's a good spot to look if you have a Gio to start and you're wondering what to do with him.
Okay. I'm going to name the other quarterback on the other side, Ryan Tannehill, who's had a kind of up and down season. I mean, not up and down season. He's had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2 straight games, but he's also had 3 turnovers and 2 turnovers against the Patriots. So, give me your thoughts on Mr. Tannehill, number 8 quarterback.
I'm not sold on him for this week, especially being a Thursday night game. Anybody that's a struggling quarterback or a struggling player to turn around and have that short time frame to prepare for a week. Cincinnati's defense, has historically been strong. He might get a couple of touchdowns just because of some garbage time passing. I think they're going to get behind. early enough, kind of like they did against New England, where they're going to have to throw. So from a fantasy perspective, he's not the worst start in the world, but I think he's kind of in the middle of the pack. I think, like I said, a couple of touchdowns, maybe pushing 250, just because of garbage time numbers getting close up there. So that's about where I'd have him. I'd definitely look elsewhere if you have some other starters on Sunday or Monday night game that you feel a little more comfortable with.
What does the return of Vontaze Burfict do for you?
He's coming back.
Aside from the guaranteed possible personal foul, I think he makes it a lot harder to go across the middle for those Dolphins receivers, and I think he's just gonna kind of. I don't know how he's gonna play. He might play a little pissed off and possessed coming back. I could definitely see him kind of wreaking havoc. I would not be a huge fan of having to start Dolphins receivers this week. Although, one of them is going to have to get, like I said, if we're talking garbage time, one of them is going to have some numbers.
Well,
so
one of
it's
them
kind of
must start. So.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a crapshoot who it's going to be, but it's probably, it's probably Jarvis. So, you just kind of go that route if you have him.
I think you'd have to start Jarvis in any league, so.
You kind of, depending on what, there's very few leagues that you can't start, that you wouldn't start him.
I can't imagine a league where you wouldn't start him.
I just wouldn't have hopes insanely high this week, like I said.
Yeah, I agree.
He can have he'll have a solid week, but he won't be, don't expect him to put up, like 20 points or anything crazy like that.
I think I looked online, he's second in receptions and third in targets in the league so far this year.
Yeah, if you're in a PPR league, by all means, you have to roll him out there. It's just, week to week is if he finds the end zone, that definitely gives him a huge boost. If he doesn't, he's still a decent play. This week, I don't know if he finds the end zone, but I think he's still a decent play.
All right, so I guess that's all the players really in this game, huh?
You guys want to ask any questions about Sunday? We got Le'Veon coming back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I honestly, with the announcement today that they said that they were going to split D'Angelo and fucking Le'Veon, I'm not, so excited to start him.
So they changed that? Because last I heard, they were going to give Le'Veon a lot of the touches.
They're definitely splitting him.
Okay,
it came out on, I was at work, so I wasn't reading it super closely, but SleeperBot came out and said that they're going to do a 50-50 split with D'Angelo and Le'Veon.
I haven't checked my updates in a few hours, so at least. So that's probably why I didn't see it yet. If that's the case, yeah, I wouldn't be too excited to start either one, probably. You probably have to.
Yeah, I would start Le'Veon still, just because, you can't not start him. He's too elite.
You know what I like about him, too, is, again, PPR. Because if it's a passing down, that's the guy. He's one of the best pass-catching receivers, or pass-catching running backs in the league, in terms of what he can do with the ball on short, those short routes. So, and D'Angelo's okay at it. He's good. He's effective enough, but Le'Veon Bell's otherworldly in that sense.
Yeah, D'Angelo Williams is the top 5 running back right now. Imagine when Le'Veon comes back, he has to be everybody's number one. I would assume.
Well, you put both those guys in the backfield and just watch defenses shit their pants. Because assuming you keep your tight, like Jesse James, you keep him in to block, give you a little more protection. They have options where they have 2 guys coming out of the backfield. They can do, make it look like one guy's going to get a touch from in a running, on a running play. That's scary. That would be a scary place to be in for a defense to see that for the first time.
And you also have to worry about Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course.
Hold up.
Yes.
You hear that siren?
No.
It's right outside of my fucking apartment.
Uh-oh.
Damn, they found him. They're coming for you, Booze. Get out. Evacuation.
Hold on. I think they're talking through the fucking thing.
What the hell is going on?
What's happening?
Dude, this is fucking so real right now. Hold on.
Crazy.
I can't make out what they're saying, but they're definitely talking through the little mic thing.
Oh shit.
Let's let the audience know that Booze Man is currently in the Congo. So
yeah. I'm currently deep in the fucking
He's worrying about.
Hey, go outside and record that shit on your phone, man.
No, I'm not going
You're
outside.
gonna be on the news. You're gonna be the next person on the news of like a police shooting or
something. Horrible. That's awful, man.
Ferguson would blow up if something happened in St. Louis again, man.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Anyway, where are we? So those are my takes for this week. I'm like you said, hit me up on the Fantasy Life app if you do. Feel free to tag me, ask any questions. Again, they're just gut checks.
Use the hashtag #BelieveTheHype.
Yeah, well, there's a user called Believe the Hype though.
Obviously don't go at. Yeah, fucking delete that guy.
Who is that? I'm gonna ban him. No, I'm kidding.
Gus, he did some YouTube videos. Actually, the production is kind of cool. It's like, a little fun and the way he does it. But
he
I
stole your name.
Well, he did. But
I'm gonna fucking track that guy down right now.
His last video, again, I thought it was kind of cool, but the names that he listed guys that
Gio just started following.
Obvious.
Fuck you, Gio.
Anyway,
it's only been a year and a half now. Fuck you.
His video was cool, but like the names he was throwing out there was like Start Shepherd, and I'm like, no shit. Like, it was like he was naming guys that like everyone knows to start and or not start. You know what I mean?
In a 4-team league, start this.
And
guy.
I didn't want to be a dick and say anything, but if he does listen to this by chance, just so you know, my recommendation is kind of, and I'm trying to do that a little here. You threw out some names that are a little more obvious in some sense, but Dalton week to week is a question mark. Tannehill's been a question mark. Gio is up and down. I mean, there's names out there that I'd rather have guys and speak about guys that aren't so obvious. And so that's what I would recommend. Anybody doing a podcast or doing videos or whatever you're doing, let's talk about some of the tougher calls and then see how how you stack up,
Yeah, if
and
to
call me out too.
No, I was just to say to tell people or like to improve your point a bit. I'm only starting like a handful of guys from this game. If I had to, I'm probably only going to start AJ Green for sure, Jarvis Landry for sure, and Jeremy Hill just because the Dolphins' running defense is pretty.
And then Gio is a possibility.
Gio was like, if you have no other RB2 or like
depending on what your RBs are. Yeah. Agreed. I totally agree. I fell into the trap.
Move on.
Oh, sorry. All right, go ahead.
Okay. What are we going to talk about then, Booze Man?
Don't we have questions?
I've got fucking questions with Booze Man.
Oh shit! Okay, this is gonna be a long.
All right.
Hurry this up along.
I'll make it quick. We'll only do 3.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna bring a question.
We always
back.
do 3. Wait a second.
No, we always do. I've been doing like 5. Like the past.
We used to do 5, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyways, so I'm gonna bring back. Oh shit! I didn't know I had that picture on my phone. So here, this question actually with. I'm bringing it back. I know we asked it at the first time we went through these questions, but I think this is a great question, especially with the level of play of one of these guys. In a PPR league, who would you rather have, Marvin Jones or Jarvis Landry? And this one comes to us from Bo Phillips 7197. BeauPhillips 7197.
Love the question, Gus. Go ahead. You can go first.
I did not hear the question. My grandma came into the room. I apologize. So I
God damn it, Grandma!
I told her to fuck off in a kind way. What was the question?
In a PPR league, who would you rather have, Marvin Jones or Jarvis Landry?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Jarvis Landry.
Are you kidding me? Marvin Jones is like the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy leagues right now. All of them,
now,
across the board.
Right now, but
that's what I'm saying. Who would you rather have right now?
Yeah, but this is season long, right?
It doesn't say. It just says PPR, Marvin Jones or Jarvis Landry. That is the question.
I'm going to assume this is a season-long question for the long haul. Give me Jarvis Landry. He's 3rd in targets, 2nd in receptions so far. Marvin Jones just have a shit ton of yards, which is counts. Don't get me wrong, but like, I like the target number is what people should want to see from your stud wide receivers. Like you have. On that target list, the top 4 guys is Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Jarvis Landry, and AJ Green. So I mean, those are your studs because they get looked at a lot. So that's my answer to that question, Jarvis Landry.
I do usually love the target numbers. That's something that's often overlooked by people who are trying to analyze fantasy. having those target numbers in front of you is definitely recommended. This is one case where I will go against that because of they're kind of related reasons. The quarterback that each one is playing for or playing with, Stafford, I have much more confidence in him, especially under Jim Bob Cooter, the way that offense has been running.
You can go fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Magoots.
Ryan the Cooters.
Magoots. To be honest, though,
Coot punch.
prior to oh my God, I can't
Jesus, dude.
Oh man! All right, trying to
Quality
bring some
entertainment.
professionalism to the now. Prior to I think week 2 or 3, this includes the last half of last season. Stafford was like I think top 3 quarterbacks in fantasy.
Yep. He was the third.
Yeah, so he lost Calvin Johnson, so that's kind of a blow. But I still think that's an effective offense. I still think they're going to put up points. This last week was kind of it started out slow, but you saw they came on strong and finished strong. I just feel like that offense will move the ball more. I feel like Marvin Jones is going to have more opportunities to get touchdowns, which are big. Which you hate to bank on that, but that's big points. And that's going to be different enough in terms of points to outpace Landry, I think, long term.
You disappoint me.
Sorry. I like Landry, but I don't like his offense and I don't like his quarterback.
That's a tough one for me. I'm going to give this one to Gus.
Thank you.
And it's just because I think Jarvis Landry is the better receiver overall. I think that the offense.
Wise, okay. Yeah.
I completely agree that the fucking Detroit offense is better than the Miami offense right now.
Oh, no question. Don't get me wrong.
But I think Jarvis Landry is just the better receiver of the two.
Now, if you're talking about matchups this week, go Marvin Jones against Chicago. That's automatic.
Completely.
Oh my God. Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
So I would start the entire Detroit offense if I could this week.
That's why I'm so confident with Dwayne Washington this week. I'm starting him. Fuck it.
We should make a bet, Gus.
For what?
Landry versus Jones for the season. We'll have to figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
All right, it's on though.
It's on. Let's do it.
All right.
Next question. I'm just looking through these. I don't really pick anything out beforehand. All right, this one, I'm going to change up the question a little bit. This one comes to us from @HighHorse on the Fantasy Life app. HIGH Horse. He wants to.
Wonder. Never mind.
So he asked. This was a matchup question, like based on the week. But I like it for season long, just kind of based on the level of play of these two quarterbacks. Who would you rather have, Blaine Gabbert or Ryan Tannehill?
Ryan Tannehill. Come on. At least he's throwing for like 300 yards.
Yeah, I agree, but Gabbert doesn't look awful.
No, he doesn't. I'm not saying it's an easy question. Don't get me wrong, but the only thing really holding back
hold on, real quick. You just said easy answer, Tannehill.
Sorry,
and you said it's not an easy question.
All right. Well, I put my foot in my own mouth there, but give me Tannehill just because. Number one, Adam Gase's offense. He seems to. It's like as a Dolphins fan, our offense is really weird right now. Where it seems that at one point it looks horrendous, and then at another point it just clicks and it's firing on 1,000 cylinders. So it's very ebb and flow right now. It's depending on what I don't know what the hell it is. The only thing holding back this offense right now is Tannehill's holding onto the ball too long. And I mean, he's always had that issue, but I think once he gets more familiar with it, he'll get a lot better over time. And I think Gabbert's just going to stick at this pace consistently. So I would take Tannehill.
It's Tannehill, but the reason for me is if you look at the weapons and the focus of those weapons, so Landry, Devontae Parker, there's no real, I mean, especially with Foster down now, we knew that was going to happen if anybody listened to me. I did take him in some leagues because I was banking on having him for a few weeks to use. There's no real run game there. If you look at San Francisco, they have Carlos Hyde. They have a guy that they want to give the ball to out of the backfield. So that's going to take away from what the quarterback's focus is. The quarterback throwing the ball. So, I mean, it is Tannehill almost by default. I think he's I don't know, the talent level is close, but by default, because of the focus of the emphasis of the weapons and the use of those weapons, it's Tannehill.
Gus, why did you say fuck right in the middle of his explanation?
I said it
because he knows I'm right.
No, it was because
we agreed.
We agreed, but I was just checking my lineup right now, and I realized that I have Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz, and they're both on bye at the same fucking week. But this is a dynasty league, so it's.
You should lose that point just for that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I know you guys said the same thing, but I liked the Hype's reasoning a little bit better, so I'm giving him that point.
That's fair.
All right.
He had better reason for that. I agree.
We agree though. It's Tannehill.
All right. Final question. I threatened to do this last week, and I'm gonna test Greg's resolve right now. And the question is, Wings Chat or Pizza Chat?
Wings Chat.
I am going to use the political answer, and I feel like I can because I am the owner of both, so both are my baby, and I'm going to say both.
What a loser.
So fuck you.
What a loser.
It's both. You need wings and pizza.
Both is good.
Fuck.
I'm actually kind of getting hungry now. You talked about that.
I want wings and pizza.
That was a great point. And you know what? I'm going to leave that as a tie.
Thank you. I agree.
God damn it.
So, fuck. Well, it ends us in a tie. Again, for what is this? Like the 20th episode or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's close to 20.
We're getting in a row, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the 20th that actually recorded.
No, it's gotta be. This is probably like the 50th that we've actually recorded.
Yeah.
That we tried to record.
Episode 100 next week, guys.
But I'm
we'll let you know if it comes out or not.
This is tough, man. Because in all seriousness, I was 100% prepared to give that to Gus had Greg said Pizza Chat.
I know.
I'm good.
So I think I'm just gonna name myself the winner again for this week, and hope that you guys bring it next week.
Oh my God, that is groundbreaking. Boozman won.
Jordan Howard's gonna get a shit ton of points. Nice.
Are you just not paying any attention?
Nobody cares when you announce the winner because we know who it is.
I know.
Guys, it's always kind of up in the air.
Here's what we need to do. We need to get a special guest on in one of the coming weeks to play along with us, Questions with Booze.
So they can lose too?
What's that?
Huh?
No, I mean, then we might be interested because maybe they have a shot to win since we don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, they can lose too.
That is true. They can lose.
But don't we all win by just having the segment to
begin
with?
I think we all, in one form or another, we all really end up being winners.
All right, let me ask you guys this question: Garoppolo or Simeon?
Simeon.
Gotcha. I like that.
Are you talking season?
No, I'm just talking for this matchup. I have.
I need their matchup.
This is a 2 QB league. I have Cam and Rodgers, but Rodgers is on.
I need their matchups this week.
Simeon plays against Tampa, and Garoppolo plays against the Buffalo Bills.
Garoppolo's hurt, and he won't play the full game.
He probably won't play, so yeah, it's Simeon.
Okay, well, I'm going to drop Josh Doxson.
I like his matchup better, too, but anyway.
Drop Vereen.
Let me ask you guys, in all seriousness, so I'm having some serious, fill-in quarterback woes for while Brady is out. Dad, not now. Don't call me.
Hey, man. Why can't he call you, man?
Because I'm doing a podcast and I'm asking you a question. So I have Marcus Mariota, and he's been awful. I mean, he's been very bad.
Atrocious.
I thought he started up last week.
No.
He got 4 points last week. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, wow. Sorry. I didn't.
Not go there. Better not go there.
Anyways, so Mariota has been bad, and
Holy shit, somebody just dropped Thomas Rawls in the league?
Anyways, you piece of ass. I'm curious if I should pick up a quarterback, drop Mariota, and pick up like Dak Prescott.
Yes, immediately.
But I've got Brady on my bench, so it's only going to be really like a 1 week fill-in.
Yeah, and that's worth it, honestly. Because Mariota, at this point, it's been 3 weeks. You might as well move on. And even if Dak isn't huge next week, I mean, I know Dez may not play. I don't think Dez is going to play, to be honest. But he seems to have a rapport with Beasley. He has Witt in there. Elliott out of the backfield. He can make some catches. I would just go Dak.
So drop Mariota for Dak?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yes, I agree.
I would.
That's so scary to me. I just don't trust him.
He's
but I'm doing
good,
it.
Man. Like, he passes the eye test too. He might. Honest to God, like if Romo comes back healthy, I don't think he's coming back.
Really? Because Jerry Jones has come out and said Romo is our guy.
I do. If I'm telling you,
if they keep winning,
if it's week 10,
or if they win,
week 10 or whatever when he's supposed to come back, and they're like 7-2 or something like that, and they're like really pushing for the playoffs, I don't see how you can take him out.
That's a hard switch to make. Yeah.
The only thing is that Des Bryant just got injured, though. So
Romo's just going to get hurt on the first play anyway. So
you're probably right. Romo's too old and too fragile. Would you rather have my running back situation? I've explained this to you guys before. So I've got Latavius Murray, Jerick McKinnon, Giovanni Bernard, Rawls Foster, and that's it. I want to play Gio this week because I love what he brings PPR wise, and this is a PPR league. But I also want to play McKinnon, because I think the Giants give up a lot on the run.
I just don't like that Vikings backfield, and
I'd probably leave Murray.
I love how the Dolphins just give up so much yards to running backs. Like, if you look at the split from the Dolphins against Cleveland, Isaiah Crowe only had 73 yards on the ground, but that was only on 10 carries, and Duke Johnson had 10 carries for 65 yards. So that's still a combined like 150 yards almost. So you got to think that in this game you're going to have a lot of rushes for both running backs. Plus,
I just don't even know like who to. I get what you're saying. I agree. But who? Okay, I get it. I'll start. Or I have Murray starting. Murray and Bernard.
Yeah, start Murray. Okay.
And then who do I flex?
Well, who do you have at receiver?
At receiver, I have Odell Beckham, Mike Evans.
Okay.
Fucking Devin Funchess and Tajay Sharp.
I might start Sharp.
But Sharp is questionable. He was out today with a hamstring injury.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to
limited. I should say
you're gonna have to wait until closer to game time, if that's possible for you to do. I'm not a huge fan of that. Like I said, same thing. Minnesota backfield is just a huge crapshoot for me. I mean, if you have to, you start McKinnon, hoping he gets a touchdown, and like a handful of carries or double-digit carries. But if Tajay Sharp plays, you just go that route because especially with Delaney Walker out. If Delaney Walker's still out,
I think he's gonna be ready for this week. But
I hope he is. I have him in my family league.
I thought they listed him as out. Like they said, he's probably not going to play. I thought I read that. I might be wrong.
He was limited today, as far as I remember. Or no, not limited. He was. It was still a question mark. Whatever it was question mark.
I own him in 2 leagues, so I gotta keep an eye on that.
Dude, I got him in the 13th round of my family league.
Holy
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dave.
What
kept you from the first 12 rounds?
I think there's people think there's a hex on him because and it went to PPR too, so that helps me.
Yeah.
He was a lot for the last 3 years. This is the 4th year. Like people kind of just pick him up and use him, and on bye weeks and stuff, and he sucks every time and gets dropped right away. And then, he has a great week, and then somebody picks him up to use him, and he sucks. And
I remember that.
So his his consistency issues. But I hope he's back. If he's not, Tajay Sharp is the way to go, assuming he plays. Even though Mariota, like we said, is struggling, that's the guy he'll go to. And then after that, I roll the dice with him. Tennessee play. Who does Tennessee play?
I don't know. We need to wrap up the goddamn podcast.
I was just going to get to that right now, actually. Do you guys have anything else to say about today?
We need some kind of cool thing for Gus now, because we have Believe the Hype, and we have Q's with Booze, and then we need something for Gus, and then we should just make a badass t-shirt and do one roundup.
Guys, I'm just the guy that goes to the bathroom in the middle of the podcast. It's all good.
There we go. All right.
Shitstorm with Gus.
The shitstorm. Players that have sucked ass the past few weeks. Number 1, Marcus Mariota. He's on Gus's shitstorm. There you go. We just
Gus's shit list.
Shit list. I heard shitstorm, but
I said shitstorm, but it would make more sense to say.
I want a T-shirt that I can wear to work. Come on,
Marcus Mariota, you're on my shit list.
You could just do like a poop sign and then list. You don't have to like write shit on the shirt.
Poop emoji.
Oh shit! The Chiefs are playing the Sunday night game. Hell yes.
Yeah, they're playing.
Pittsburgh.
They kicked the shit out of Ryan Fitzpatrick, man.
Fucking right we did.
You're on my shit list.
Don't remind me because Decker sucked.
Oh, he was horrible. I mean, it's not his fault.
I mean, it was Fitz's fault, but yeah.
Oh man.
Tennessee plays Houston this week, by the way.
Oh, that's a
JJ Watt's out. Yeah,
without JJ Watt, I'm starting my Titan.
Oh, yeah.
Is Jamal Charles coming back yet or no?
No.
Yes, I think he's gonna play. Are
you sure?
Yeah, I think it's.
Fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Breaking news on the After Dark podcast.
Jamal Charles will start, probably, maybe, not sure, possibly.
And who do you guys have for? Last thing before we leave. Who do you guys have for tomorrow night? Miami versus.
Oh God,
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Okay, give me Cincinnati.
And I'll take the Cincinnati Bengals.
You're doing the anti-jinx.
Yeah, I can't take the Dolphins in this one. I'm assuming we lose by at least 20. All right, so for all of us here at the After Dark podcast, that's Greg, that's Boozman. They're gonna say bye-bye. I'm gonna say bye-bye because I need to eat. I'm starving. So for all of us here, have a fantastic day.
Go get some wings and pizza.
Hey, swipe me right on Tinder.
Ooh, are you on Tinder? Can I swipe you right? Are you set for gay or straight?